Good morning, middle schoolers. I'm Coach Kevin. Welcome to your first lesson of PE. For today's class, you are going to need 6 socks. You're going to need 2 books, some sort of basket, a chair or possibly a couch, and finally make sure you have some water close by to hydrate. Now we have 3 learning objectives we want to accomplish today. Number 1, we're going to get a really vigorous workout. This is going to strengthen not only our heart, but also our muscles. Number 2, we're going to practice shooting an object into a basket with accuracy. And finally, we're going to talk about the characteristics and behaviors of a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. So let's take a moment to talk about what a growth mindset and a fixed mindset is. Now, when you hear the word growth mindset, that's kind of a buzzword today, and that is an attitude. And it's an attitude that we can learn from our failures. It's an attitude that I can learn to do anything I want, and that my effort and attitude will determine my abilities. Now, the opposite of a growth mindset is a fixed mindset. And you might say things like, I'd rather be doing something that's easy, or I'm just not good at this. Or maybe you'll say, I just don't have a math brain, I have more of a language arts brain. So what we're going to try to focus on the rest of this month and the rest of September is a growth mindset, because yes, you can do this. With the right attitude, you can learn to do anything. All right, so we're gonna get started with a warm-up. This is follow the leader. Here we go. Nice twisters. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to do some light shuffles back and forth. Trying to get that heart rate up a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do some 10 soldiers. Feel that hopefully in the back of your leg. Now with all these movements, just focus on having fun, enjoying your body. Don't have to do it exactly like I do. Your leg might go a little higher than mine, or maybe not as high. Just go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna just open up the hips a little bit. Maybe we've been sitting a lot this summer on the screen, but it is time to get in shape, my friends. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to get into a high plank. So make sure your wrists are right under your shoulders. You want to squeeze the legs together. You want to look straight down. Imagine that you're like a strong red oak tree. And you want to be nice and braced. Make sure you're breathing. We're going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to come into what we call a tall kneeling, and it might be helpful. I'm on a really soft carpet. You might want to have a pillow under your knees for this. So from this position, I'm going to step out. I'm going to reach. Then I'm going to come back to tall kneeling. I'm going to try to sit back as far as I can onto my heels, and then I'm going to step with the other leg and reach. Back and reach. Now let's add some breathing to this. We're going to go ahead and inhale on the way back and exhale as we reach. Inhale back, exhale, reach. Excellent. Let's do that a few more times. Different angles. couple more here. Excellent. All right, we're going to come onto our back for a movement. We're going to drive our elbows into the ground as we bridge our hips up. Here we want to squeeze our glutes, our abs, push through those elbows, and come on back down. And again, we're going to add some breath. We're going to exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Good. One more. Awesome. All right, we're going to come back. This 4-point stance. 2 points of contact with our knee, and what we're going to try to do is what's called a 2-point balance, or a foot hand crawl. So what I do here is I barely lift my knees off the ground, and I want you to try to see if you can take your right hand and your left foot off the ground, just a tad. And then we're going to switch. Take your left hand off and your right foot. And what I'm really trying to do here is push really hard through my hand and really hard through my toes. And that's helping me balance. And we're just going to switch back and forth. I've been practicing this for a while, so it might look easy, but it's not. And remember, we have that growth mindset. We can do this with the right attitude and with practice. We can do anything. Try to just breathe naturally. Excellent. Let's go for 10, 9, keep switching, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to hop up. Good job. All right, a couple more movements. We're going to do some predator jacks. So feet together, hands together. We're going to go in and out. Just like this. Hips are going to go back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to do some arm swings. Just some nice, giant arm swings. Get those knees bending. We're going to do some figure eights. Loosen up that back. Good. Other way, figure eights. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lastly, we're going to do some stuff for our neck. Our necks can get really tight being on the computer and on the screens a lot. So what we're going to do here is tuck our chin to our chest. Then we're going to bring our chin over to our right shoulder. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Then slowly start to look up and around. And you're going to bring that left ear to your left shoulder. Then bring your chin to your left shoulder. To your chest. And then you look up. We're going to reverse that. Chin to chest. Chin to left shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Slowly look up and around. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin to right shoulder. Chin to chest. And look up. Let's do that one more time on the way back. Hops here and there. One more time back the other way. All right, my friends, we're ready to move on. We're nice and warmed up. It is time for a 30-second water break. Go. All right, we're back, everybody, for a quick little game called Sock. First objective, we got to get all of these socks into the basket, all right? And we're going to have 1 minute to do it. Now, before we start the game, here's the rules. In order to put one of these socks in the basket, I have to perform 3 squats So let's go over that real quick. We make sure our heels are under our shoulders, okay? That in a squat, we start the movement with our hips going back, then down, and then we drive up like a superhero, right? Okay, back and down and up. Now, a couple things, try not to let your knees come in like this. Okay, try to keep your knees over your toes. And just think about, just like in that high plank, being nice and braced like a big, strong oak tree. All right, so I'm gonna do 3 squats behind this sock. 1, 2, 3, and then I have to use just 1 foot only. I have to grab the sock with my toes and put it in. Then I shuffle over to my next sock. 3 squats. Go as low as you can. Make it challenging. Oh. I can do this. It's not easy at first. Okay? And the object is to go all the way around, get all the socks in the basket in 1 minute. All right. So we're gonna put some music on. We're gonna get a timer on the screen. The object is to get this in 1 minute, or if you want another second objective, try to beat me. Are you ready? All right, here we go. On your mark, get set, and go. Three squats, and you can try to keep your socket. Only using the feet, no fair using your hands. We're going to switch feet every time. 3 squats. Good form, good tech. Oh, hope you're beating me. All right, I finished. I hope you beat me. Let that clock run out. Nice work, everybody. All right, once this timer is done, we're gonna move on to our workout. All right, middle schoolers, it is time for our daily dose of vigorous physical exercise. Now, the dose stands for 4 different chemicals that get released from our brain when we work out and move in a vigorous way. The D stands for dopamine. The O stands for oxytocin. The S stands for serotonin. And the E stands for endorphins. Now, these chemicals that are getting released through vigorous exercise can make us feel confident. They're going to help us sleep better. They're going to reduce our stress. All these things from working out and training vigorously. All right? So the way these workouts work is I go and then we go. Now, when it's my turn, you're going to see on the screen, it's going to say breathe. And that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you breathing, catching your breath, and watching Coach Kevin do the movements so you can learn how to do them. Then when I say we go, you're going to see on the screen, it's going to say move. And that's where we move together. Now, you can move at the same pace as me. You can, maybe you're a well-trained athlete, you've been training all summer, and you maybe want to move a little faster than me, and that's great. Maybe you're just starting an exercise routine for the school year, and maybe you need to go a little bit slower than me. So it's challenge by choice. Move at the level that is going to help you to get stronger. Please don't move at a level that's going to injure yourself or make you get sick. All right? All right, so let's do it. Let's put some time on the clock here in a moment. So the first movement, these are called under switches. So just watch me. This is my turn. This is where you're breathing. So we get into this quadruped position. We bring our knees up off the ground, and watch this. From here, I under switch and I get into what we call the crab position. And then I under switch back. Then I'm gonna go the other way. So it's like that foot hand crawl. My right hand comes up, my left foot comes up, and then I under switch to crab, and then I come back. And we're just gonna go back and forth for about 30 seconds, all right? So here we go, my friends. Let's get some music going. And here we go. Under switches. Have fun with this one. Sometimes you can go in a full circle if you want. Okay, take that breath and breathe. Excellent work. 10 seconds. And we are resting. All right, the next movement is called a snowboarder. Now it's nice and hot in most places in the world. So we're gonna pretend like we're in the snow. We're gonna get on our snowboard, all right? From here, I'm gonna hop, hop, hop. Then I'm gonna jump into a high plank. I'm gonna do 2 knee drives. Then I'm gonna hop back on my snowboard, hop, hop, and then 2 knee drives. All right? Let's do it together. Here we go. 3 hops. Get into that high plank. 2 knee drives. Back on your heels. 3 hops. High plank and then do the other leg. 2 knee drives. All right, let's shred those mountains. This is a tough one. Good job, my friends. It's time to rest. All right, we're gonna go onto our backs for this next one. These are called bicycle strikes. From laying down on my back position, I'm gonna bring my legs up in the air so my back is flat. My right knee comes in. I touch my left elbow to my right knee. Then I switch. Right knee to left, right elbow to left knee. And then I'm gonna add some kicks, okay? Let's try these together. Ready? Go. You can strike as if someone's trying to come at you. You wanna kick them away. Protect your face. Don't let them get into you. Kick, kick, kick. Nice. This is an ab burner. Gotta get that 6-pack. Bicycle strikes. And we are resting. Nice job. All right, we got 2 more movements in the circuit, then we'll repeat. So the next one is a high to low plank. So to this high plank, remember, strong oak tree. We're gonna go elbow, elbow into a low plank. Then we're gonna come back up into the high plank. Whole time, keeping here, legs are squeezed together, glutes are tight, all of the muscles are braced, and don't forget to breathe. Here we go. Low plank. Back to high plank. Back to low plank. Brace and breathe. Awesome work, no scores. You're doing it. I can feel those chemicals coming in. And we are resting. All right, my turn. This is your turn to breathe. So we're gonna do what's called a lateral bound. Okay, I'm gonna balance on my right foot. I'm gonna bounce to my left, bound back to my right, bound back to my left. So 3 bounds. And then I'm gonna do high knees back to where I started. So then I'm gonna go bound, 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 high knees. All right, this is a nice cardiovascular exercise. Ready, set, and here we go, all together. High knees, keep those knees up, swing those arms. 3 bounds. You can bound as far as you want. Try to down a little higher if you want. Awesome job. One more round. Okay, it's time to rest. All right, take a breather. Now, that was one circuit. We're gonna go through that again. First movement was under switches. Remember, have fun with this one, play around with it. It's a lot of demand on your wrist, so shake out those wrists. Take a nice deep breath. Coming up, it's gonna be an awesome day. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, All right, under switch. We're going from crab to beast. Back to crab. Back to beast. Nice work. You can play around with this one. You move in circles. You're gonna hang with it. Awesome. All right, we are resting. Nice work. All right, it's time for our snowboarders. So, take that breath into the nose, out through the mouth, strap into your snowboard. Keep those knees soft. Remember, we're gonna do 3 hops, followed by 2 knee strikes. All right. Feeling good, feeling good. Those endorphins are coming in. All right. You ready? Get set. And go. Snowboarder hops. 2 knee strikes. Back on the board. 3 hops. We're switching to the other leg. 2 knee strikes. Good job, little switch. Oh man, we're resting. Whew. All right, we're going into the bicycles. So remember, we're gonna go on our backs. Really important to keep your back flat. So we don't want any arch in our low back. Imagine someone's coming at you and you're trying to kick them away, right? And as you're kicking, you're rotating. Right elbow to left knee, right knee to left elbow. Ready? And here we go, strikes. Strike up. Try to strike down lower. The lower you go, the harder it's going to be. Make sure to protect that low back. Any pain in your low back is going to come up higher with your kicks. You want to challenge yourself? Go lower. But keep that low back flat. Good job. We are resting. All right, 2 more exercises, and then it's game time. All right, my friends. Whew. Nice deep breaths. All right, I got a riddle for you. Why do chefs' hats have 100 folds around the top? Answer is coming up at the end. Here we go. High plank, strong oak tree, wrist under shoulders, squeeze those legs together. Let's go to low plank. Keep those legs squeezed together, keep those abs tight. Back to high plank. Straight as the board, strong as a tree. Low plank. High plank. Back down to low. High. And one more time to low. We're resting. All right, my friends, one more movement. We have got the high knees and lateral bounds, and then we're gonna play a game. So again, the riddle. Chefs wear this big hat. Around the hat has 100 folds. Why 100 folds? The answer coming at the end of class. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we are bounding. Make sure you get balanced before you... So bound, 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 bounce, bound, bounce, and then high knees. Get those knees up. Here we go. We're almost done, my friends. Stick with it all the way to the finish. And that, my friends, is our daily dose of physical, vigorous movement. It is time for some water. All right, while we're letting our heart rate come down, we've got some water. Let's talk about this month's food rule. For this month's food rule, for the rest of August, I want to encourage you and invite you to try new foods. Now, the funny thing about our taste buds is as we get older, they change. So maybe when you were 6 or 7 and you had blueberries, you told yourself, I hate blueberries. Remember, that's a fixed mindset. You just didn't like blueberries yet. Try them again because you might like them this time. Maybe you've had avocado when you were little and you loved it, but now you're in middle school and it's not your favorite food, right? So the taste buds can go the opposite way too. My invitation to you though is to try new foods. Have a growth mindset, be curious, and try new foods often, all right? You got this. All right, my friends, it's game time. So here's what we're gonna do. You can do this with me. So earlier we had our socks in the basket. I'm gonna take my socks, I'm gonna make 3 sock balls. Doesn't matter if the socks match. So we're just gonna fold these socks together and kind of roll them up to make it look like a ball the best I can. All right, so there's one. We're gonna fold all these up into 3. We're gonna make 3 sock balls. There's 2. Doesn't matter if they're perfect. Now, once you've got your 3 sock balls done, next step is to find a place for our basket. This is where we're going to be shooting the sock balls into. Now for me, I'm liking this chair for myself. So I'm going to put the basket there. And for video purposes, I'm not going to go very far because I want you to be able to see me. But you get to choose how far you go. And again, challenge by choice. If you go too close, you're not going to have any fun. It's going to be too easy. If you go too far, you might not have any success, and that might be a little too hard. Where I want to encourage you to find is that sweet spot, and we're going to have a chance to practice here in a moment. So we take our 2 books. Show you what I'm reading here. The Heart of the Buddhist Teaching. Love this book. And I've got my other favorite book, my journal. And I'm going to put them, again, for video purposes, I'm going to just put them pretty close. And this is where I'm going to sit. Now, I take my 3 sock balls and I put them next to me, next to one of my books. Now we're going to work on 2 things here. We're going to work on some core strength with a sit-up or a roll-up, and then we're going to work on shooting like a basketball shot with accuracy into the basket. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to tuck like a little ball, grab one of my sock balls first, I'm going to roll back, bring my sock ball behind my head, then I'm going to tuck, roll up, and then I take my shot. Awesome, so I just got 1 point. Then, grab another sock ball, tuck my chin, roll 1 vertebrae at a time, touch my sock ball behind my head, tuck my chin, and I roll up. The rolling up is important, and then you take your shot. Now I have 2 points, and then I'm going to do it 1 more time, and then I take my shot. I missed that one, so I have 2 points. Now, once I miss, I stand up, I retrieve my sock balls, and I want to hustle back to where I started, and I'm going to keep doing this, all right? Now, if you want to pause and practice, I would encourage you to do that. But what's going to happen right now, after you're done practicing, we're going to do a 1-minute challenge. How many points can you make in 1 minute? All right? Now, you have 2 objectives. Either try to beat Coach Kevin or just try to beat yourself. All right, because I'm going to play with you. All right, so let's get the timer going. On your mark, get set. Here we go. Roll up, take the shot. Might want to experiment and shoot with different hands. You might find one hand is better than the other. Or it might be fun to switch hands. And if you lose track of your score, no big deal. Go, go, go. Oh, and that is time. All right, my friends. What a fun PE. Well, thanks for joining me today, middle schoolers. I want to end with a quick mindful minute. I'm going to teach you something that you have access to all the time, and it's these lovely fingers. And anytime you're feeling like maybe not so confident, maybe you're feeling a little nervous, maybe you're feeling like you can't do it, you've got these fingers to remind you that, yes, you can do it. And it looks like this. I can do this. Maybe you're in a soccer match and you're playing the best team in the league for the championship, and right before the game you're just feeling like, man, these guys are going to crush us. Well, I'm telling you, do this little trick and it will give you some needed confidence. I can do this. Maybe you got a big test and feeling really nervous. Maybe you didn't study as much as you wanted to. But you know what? You are smart. I can do this. All right? These are always here for you. I can do this. This will also help with that growth mindset. All right? Now I want to invite everyone to do a little reflection today. You hopefully have a journal or something you can write with, and this is just an invitation, challenge by choice. But write in your journal, what is one of your greatest talents? And I want to know about this. Email me, kevin@playformancetucson.com. What is one of your greatest talents? And the second part of the writing prompt is, what are you doing every day to improve your talent? So that's the two writing prompts. Feel free to write in your journal. Again, I want to hear what your talents are and what you're doing every day to improve. Email me at kevin@playformancetucson.com. Now it is time for the answer to the riddle. The chef's hat. Why do chefs have 100 folds in their fancy chef's hat? Well, those 100 folds represent how many ways they can cook an egg. It shows their experience. So chefs that wear those hats with the folds, that's what those folds represent. Pretty cool, right? All right, my friends, I'll see you next time. Bye.